Today is going to be a topic about the psychosomatics of dandruff, something that I'm sure you probably have experienced in life at one point or another. Hi everyone, Evette Rose here, author and founder of Metaphysical Anatomy Healing Technique and also Metaphysical Anatomy, which is a big book of 679 medical elements that is related to adult psychosomatic stress. So this is something we all collectively share, and guys, of course, I also have the children's version now. I'm so excited. So this was all just exactly like this book, but directed at kids. So if you're a parent, if you work with children, or if you want to understand your own childhood traumas better, guys, this book is for you. This is my brand new research that I've never released before, and I'm very excited about it. Guys, also remember my free weekly masterclasses that I have. You can sign up at evetterose.com. Don't want to miss it. It's free and it's a blast. We have so much fun. Guys, so I'm really excited. This time we're going to be talking about dandruff. Something that we all have experienced, including me. So let's have a look. It's there in the book. And so basically, if we look at the psychosomatics of that, now we're looking at the scalp. We're looking at skin. We're looking at oils being released, which is normally often a little fungus that's starting to eat the oils in the scalp that's causing it to become really, really super dry. And we now have the head area as well. So the head area is normally about control. Feeling too much in control or too much out of control. Depends what's kind of like happening for you in your life. Now, the other side of it also is skin. Skin is all about how comfortable do you feel in your environment? How irritated do you feel? Do you feel you can just kind of like relax? That's what the skin is all about. Now we have dandruff. If there's a fungus that's causing now the scalp to become really super dry, you know that you're dealing with strong elements of resentment. This normally relates to a thought that's normally very negative. Maybe it's a feeling of there's injustice. I find in most cases it relates actually to feelings of injustice, meaning there's something that happened that you feel that was very, very unfair. Someone maybe did something wrong by you. Maybe they said really horrible things to you, but there's a thought, there's a memory that's constantly now replaying again and again and again in your head. Even though there might be some part of you that's kind of like, yeah, I think I know what it is. But let me tell you, just because you don't have cognitive awareness of it, doesn't mean that your subconscious mind is not replaying it again and again. It's called the subconscious mind. So we don't always have access to that, meaning by the snap of our fingers is going, hey, what is that memory going on there? Why am I feeling this uncomfortable feelings? Sometimes we feel uncomfortable, but we can't fully consciously recollect the reason why. That is because explicit memories from the past is now being triggered and we have a biochemical reaction to them. That means it's memories that we don't have cognitive recollection of. Now, just because you can't remember it, doesn't mean it's not happening, guys. Remember that you have at least 90,000 thoughts per day, and 95,000 of those thoughts are being repeated the next day. Now, these thoughts, you don't have conscious recollection of all these thoughts. We'll go nuts. So it's filtered in and out. However, now the reticular activating system causes you to kind of like subconsciously and consciously focus on what the dominant thoughts are. And normally that would be the negative ones, because we're biologically wired to always think negatively, to be pessimistic, and to suspect everything. It's actually a hardwired instinctive response. So now, we're constantly looking for people and circumstances that could either betray us, screw us over. There's always trust issues. There's always, feelings of injustices or whatever it is, because we feel a lack of self-worth in relationship to correcting a problem that went wrong. It's where a boundary was overstepped. Something was said and you didn't say, that hurt my feelings, or this is how it made me feel. Either way, wherever you are right now, if you have dandruff, there is a part of you that is probably stuck in a situation that is showing you're in damage control mode. How much damage? Probably not a lot, because dandruff normally comes at a point where things kind of is at a point where it starts to escalate, but you're not quite yet where it's the full-blown conundrum. It's a warning sign of where your thoughts at. What is intellectually bothering you? What are you reminiscing about? Because when you have the reticular activating system that I mentioned earlier, it only focuses on what you focus on. And if you have dandruff, it's a very clear telltale sign that you are feeling very stressed about something. There's something very deeply unresolved that hurt you, that was upsetting to you. You haven't corrected it. And it could be because of fear. Maybe you don't know how to approach it. Maybe you don't have the support to do that. It's not saying that you did something wrong. Absolutely not. There's things in my life that I also haven't necessarily addressed because it's not because I don't know how to. Maybe I don't have the self-worth for it. Maybe I don't know how I want to kind of like address it. The reasons can be endless. But at the end of the day, it's very important because this condition is starting to show you, hey, there's something that we need to start looking at. There's something that we need to start addressing. What step can you positively take to start correcting something that's causing you a tremendous amount of intellectual stress? Because dandruff is intellectual stress. It means that your heart is blocked. You don't want to feel your emotions. Instead, you reminisce and you think about it all the time, and it's really becoming stuck there in your head area, like in all the cognitive activity that's going on there. And this is where the energy flow becomes disrupted, creating and leaving sensations and frequency matches associated in relationship to resentment. Normally also dandruff shows that you are stuck in a state of fight and flight. That means you always feel like you constantly have to either defend yourself, you have to defend your beliefs, your intellectual thoughts, your opinions. It's not necessarily emotions. It's much more intellectualized concepts and ideas because we're all in the head area now. So there's a lot of overthinking. There's obsessive thinking sometimes even in most cases. But at the end of the day, I don't have an emotional plausible solution, so how can I think my way out of it? And that's where you get stuck because you're trying to find the best solution, but you don't have the self-worth or maybe the courage or the support to actually act on it as well. So you're kind of like a bit stuck in limbo where it's like, I kind of know what I want to do, or I have an idea of what I want to do, but the base point in the middle is missing because there's a stepping stone of some sort of support or guidance that you need in order to get to where you want to be or need to be in relationship to a person or a dynamic that's causing you a lot of stress. So this condition is asking you to kind of step a little bit more into your self-worth, step into your boundaries, say how you feel, but you can always do it with love. You can always do it with grace. Not everything has to end up in a confrontation. That's just your past, and it's a past that you can put to rest with the singular decision of saying, I've had enough. But you have to recognize that, and you have to be ready to appreciate the fact that it's your birthright to have a calm, peaceful life that is also filled with self-compassion. You know that compassion that you have for other people? It's time to have that for yourself as well. So enough overthinking things, because at the end of the day, the more you start to think about something negative, remember what I said about the 90,000 thoughts, and then you have the 75,000 thoughts that's being repeated the next day. And normally that 75,000 thoughts, that is predominantly the ones that you focus on the most. And in most cases, it's going to be the negative thoughts. And that means that is what you start to energize emotionally, physically, cellularly throughout your whole body. And of course, it's now probably relating to issues that's about feeling out of control of something, or someone is challenging your ability to be in control of something in your life. It can be a project, career, goal, or just an action that you want to take. And then what happens is that your reticular activating system starts to focus more and more and more on this negative thought or concept. And that means you start to filter out all the good things, and you start to filter in more what you're focusing on. And that means it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You see more of the conscious or subconscious state that you're in, reinforcing the negative cycles. Guys, there you have it. You can find out so much more at evetterose.com. Join my intuitive body workshops as well, where I teach you how to read the body like a book. We have so much fun there. And until next time, be the light that you are. Thank you guys for joining me here. And also remember to subscribe to our math membership website. You can check out so much more. There's so many free healing courses there as well. Go to evetterose.com. See all the free master classes and events that we have coming up. There's always something happening on our platform. And we love to hear from you for the Ask Evette episodes, but also for the psychosomatic patterns that you would love for us to talk about, especially when it comes to these books, the research that's in it. And there's so much to be learned and so much to be shared as well. So I love your questions. Let us know what's on your mind. mind. Let us know what you would love me to address as well. Life challenges, it's endless. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me today. And remember to subscribe so that you can stay up to date with the latest and greatest videos that's coming out just for you. Until next time, be the light that you are.